I'm Xavier Rangel.
And I'm Audrey Nagel. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, Flagstaff needs a raise. That's what the Flagstaff Living Wage Coalition argues as they're collecting signatures to get an initiative on the November ballot to raise the minimum wage in Flagstaff from the current rate of $8.05 an hour to $15 an hour over the next 5 years.
That's right, and as Jessica Duarte reports, though the coalition isn't having trouble gaining signatures, not everyone wants to see those wages go up.
Owner of Village Baker in Flagstaff, Beth Heenan, says she sees the effects of families living in poverty almost every day.
Probably 8 times a week when I park behind my business, there's a father or a mother in our dumpster.
To help, she's set up a sliding scale payment system for families struggling to feed their children.
And I will add that every single person that I have interviewed and set up the sliding scale has at least 2, if not 3 jobs.
So how are families in Flagstaff living in poverty with mom and dad working multiple jobs? The Flagstaff Living Wage Coalition argued today at the steps of the county courthouse that it's the low minimum wage and high cost of living here that's keeping working families down.
I believe that the minimum wage today is not a living wage. To live in this town, I think we need to be making more money from the bottom up.
An 84% increase in wages is going to be devastating.
City Council member Jeff Oravits says increasing wages only increases costs for Flagstaff businesses, costs they may not be able to afford.
I'm prepared to fight this issue. Let me be clear, I want people to make more money. I want small businesses to succeed. I want them to be able to pay their employees more, and I want everybody to thrive. But for me, this is the wrong way to go about it.
But the coalition says evidence is on their side when looking at other cities around the country that decided to pay the lowest paid workers in the community more.
If the minimum wage is raised, there'll be an increase in business revenue and businesses will do quite well.
Jessica Duarte, NAZ Today.
So far, the Flagstaff Living Wage Coalition has collected over 500 signatures of the 2,500 needed to get the initiative on the ballot.